This is First GenXers.
Hey, what's up? What's up? It's me, the one and only Double K, K Double, and I am here with the lovely Miss O'Malley. How you doing?
What's up?
All right, and we are here to bring you this week's edition of the classroom. We are glad to have you back because I'm pretty sure these guys are pretty tired of staring at my face in the center of the screen. Uh, you know, this ugly
Well, I
mug.
had planned on doing it from the car had I gotten to Reading
Yeah.
in time, but that whole stretch of 299 is
Oh,
just no
killer.
service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Beautiful
bet.
drive, but like 99%, you'll hit small towns, and that's when I messaged you, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just hitting here. I'm probably not. And then I didn't have service for another hour and a half. So,
Dang. All good, all good. I held down the anchor. I held down the anchor. I had it. But what I'll say, but this week we get back to the good fun stuff. So we're gonna open up hot, and what I mean by that is we're gonna open up with one of the hottest topics in all of sports right now, and that is Anthony Davis being traded to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic. And yeah, there was a third team involved in there with some people who nobody really cares about, and a first round draft pick.
The CBS Sports grade of it, and they're like, "Sorry, Jazz fans, but we don't have time to assess the grade of yours because it really doesn't mean
Man,
shit."
yeah. Pretty
I
much,
do
man.
disagree with CBS Sports and how they graded it. I honestly think the grade should be flip flopped. They
Yeah.
gave the Lakers an A plus, and they gave the Mavericks an F.
And here's the thing. I don't see the Mavericks having an F. I think this is either going to be a win-win situation or the Lakers are going to lose. Because either Luca's never going to get over his conditioning issues
He's
and
not.
issues that he's going to have, and he's going to stay injury prone, which means he's going to miss a lot of time. And they're probably going to be playing him kind of well. Look at what they did with LeBron. I guess they're good with their star player playing like 60 games a year. Like they had no issue with it with LeBron because that's about how
Okay,
many games Luca's going to be good for.
but that's only one of Luca's issues.
Yeah,
The second issue, almost the bigger issue, especially because LeBron doesn't play defense anymore either, is the fact that Luca doesn't play defense.
and you got
And defense, friends, wins championships.
now, and here's the also thing about it is that if Luca or if they were smart, you find a way because I guess evidently Dallas was trying to get rid of Luca. Like you get Luca and you keep AD. Because now you just lost the center point of your defense. Like that's the part that's baffling about the trade to me is that I
It
get it.
should have been LeBron that they traded for.
Just saying, like, but and that's another thing too is JJ Redick has a tough task on his hand because both Luca and LeBron are the same are similar types of players, and that doesn't mean that anybody can play on the court with them. You know what I'm saying? And that they can play on the court with each other well.
I think that had it been the Kobe era, Luca's conditioning issue may have been fixed.
Been fixed.
Kobe would not have let that slide. Then
And I'm
again, Kobe era, I don't think he would have ended up at the Lakers anyways.
yeah
I mean, I've got my old head. First of all, my dude is an old head Lakers fan. Hates this,
yeah
right? Wishes that they had traded. Also, because here's the thing, Max Christie is going to be a beast.
yeah
I don't know if anybody watched the game yesterday, but this kid is fire.
nice
So that, and I get it. They're saying that, well, Luca's age. Luca doesn't play like he's only 25 years old. His
right
conditioning isn't like he's only 25 years old. Okay. His conditioning is like he's 35 years old. And So yeah, you're basing it off of his age, but a lot of my old head Laker fan friends are like, Palinka needs to be fired after this trade because you just got rid of Anthony Davis and now you have no defense.
Yeah, you have no defense, and yeah, you have a player that can put unless you're just planning on out offensing everybody. Like it's like I tell people, it's great that they got Luca and LeBron, and I'll say it like this: on a how do you say, on an NBA 2K level, that's a hell of a team that they got there. Like they should be winning championships every year. You give me that team on NBA 2K and I'm never losing.
Yeah, but
But in
NBA
real
2K
life,
doesn't take into account like emotional shit. Like the
like
reason why Luca and Kyrie worked well was because Kyrie balanced Luca's emotional bullshit.
yeah.
Right? His Euro League fucking crybaby bullshit. Now he's going to LeBron crybaby bullshit. And so you can't have two overly emotional motherfuckers on the same team.
I do want to see if they don't do well or they don't make the playoffs or they get bounced early in the playoffs. I want to see how Luca's gonna handle being the scapegoat, like being the one that they blame.
Right, because
Because
that's going to happen.
that's gonna
Because it's
happen.
not, because clearly it's not going to be LeBron's fault.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
because he's
not
gonna
at
put up
it all
35,
his
11, and
fault that they didn't
17.
get a legitimate second round draft pick.
Yep, yep. Now, but breaking news that I just saw before we came on air. So this was not planned to be talked about, but we will go on ahead and discuss it, and that is De'Aaron Fox being traded to the San Antonio Spurs in a three-team deal that will see Zach LaVine rejoin DeMar DeRozan in Sacramento, along with Sabonis Sabonis as well.
Interesting, because
Yeah.
I had just after the Luca trade, I had looked because Fox was one of the names that kept coming up for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I just looked at that. That's interesting because Levine is also a name that's been brought up a lot as far as the Warriors go.
Yep. Yep.
So
Hey,
that'll be interesting.
it's going to be interesting to see how this lands because you're going to have now Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. They didn't have much success in Chicago together. This is what's interesting to me. Why bring Levine over? Like to me, Fox is the better player between the two of them, at least in that particular system. But then again, though, they're running a different system because they got rid of Mike Brown and now they got Doug Christie. So
Yeah, but this also is very reminiscent of like the Boogie situation,
yeah,
right? They kept firing coaches because of Boogie and end up getting rid of Boogie in the end.
at the end, yeah,
Right? There's a lot of talk that some of the stuff that went down that got Mike Brown fired had to do with
with De'Aaron
Fox.
Fox, yeah, and I guess I can see it going down like this. They went to him like, "What can we do?" He's like, "Yo, got Mike Brown, got
Trade
to
me.
go." You know, Mike Brown goes, and they're like, "All right, cool. Now sign this extension." And he's like, "Nah, man, nah, y'all ain't done enough." And they're like, "Oh, we ain't done enough. All right, bet,
Yep, I bet.
deuces." You
Stay
know,
less.
you
Stay
know,
stay less.
because the timing on all of this, like he refused to sign the thing, and now they didn't already gotten rid of him. Like, of course, I thought like it would have been funny. I said this to one of my Sacramento King fan friends that it would have been funny had they traded him to Golden State. Like De'Aaron Fox landed in Golden State. That would have been hilarious. But I'm glad it didn't happen because we're already kind of logged at the guard position anyway with Pod and Steph and Schroeder and like yeah we already pretty stacked at the one and the two, but I just thought it would have been funny for him of all people to land there. The one thing I do like about this trade, and this is what it brings me to our second topic here on this first half, is that I wonder if Levine going from the Bulls as well means that they're trying to give up Vucevic too, because I know the Warriors had been like trying to talk to them and put together a package to bring in that big man to the team, which I would love to see that. No offense to Trey Stacks, Jackson Davis or Quentin Post, who's actually played pretty well. The kid put up a 25-5 game the other day. But no offense to either one of them. I think Vucevic would be like an Andrew Bogut type player, where like we wouldn't necessarily. He's not going to come in and light up the league. He's not going to pull Anthony Davis numbers at 45 and 15, 20 rebounds. But he can play solid center. He can eat up some paint, and he can block a few shots here and there. And he's got the ability to pull the defensive centers out to the rim. He's got a 3-point shot. I think he's shooting somewhere around 38-40% from 3-point, which ain't bad at all. So in general, like I think he would be a good ad. Like, and he would be an under the radar, trade, because it wouldn't be. Because everybody's also expecting us to be in the hunt for Jimmy Butler now that Jimmy's basically throwing a temper tantrum to try to get out of Miami, lowering his own value, and guaranteeing that Miami basically can't get anything but a bag of chips in 2 quarters for him. Do
Not
we
worth
really
the
want?
headache.
Yeah, exactly. We discussed this before. The Dubs, please, Mike Dunleavy, just don't. I get it. Steph wants you to make a big splash. I think Vucevic is a bigger splash and more of a help than Butler would be. Like, no offense, bro. You're 35. You're acting like this. Just I admit that, yeah, Pat Riley and them doing some things but Pat Riley's doing what more GMs should do. Like, you're not gonna walk into my office and demand a trade. I'll trade you if I
Well,
feel like trading you.
and honestly, they said that's a lot of what the GM at the Mavericks mindset is
Yeah,
that they've got this season, next season, and he's gone, and right now they're in control of this
right,
situation
right.
versus an Anthony Davis situation back with the Pelicans, right? Like the where you had players who were running the show and basically the teams were at the mercy of these players. Nope, not going to happen. Like you are still a player.
Yeah, and you are not. And the thing about it is that Jimmy, you're not the player that you used to be. You're a damn good player still, but you're not the player that you used to be.
Mm-mm.
Like Jimmy of 5 years ago probably could have pulled this off
Right.
without.
And he's never been the player he used to be at the Heat.
Right,
Period.
right. The Jimmy Butler that could have won a title in Philly, like, yeah, dude, like, nah,
Yeah.
you ain't that dude.
No, all he's been is irritating as shit.
So, but yeah, so like this NBA trade deadline looks like it's about to be crazy. I can't wait to see the backcourt of CP3 and De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio, unless San Antonio is planning on moving him. Because if they plan on moving him, I'm gonna tell you this: watch out for San Antonio, because that combination of Fox and Wemby would be with Fox at the point is gonna be savage, or CP3, Fox and Wemby with Fox at the 2. That's gonna be dangerous. That's gonna be
Yeah.
something dangerous. And Fox is he's a little bulldog. He got that dog in
Yeah.
him, as they would say.
Yeah.
So, but we'll close out this half with just a small amount of talk about the Natty. It was all good. You saw, damn Ohio State, damn Ohio State. They deserved it. They deserved it. But I'm a wrestling fan, and there's been a guy at every major WWE event that he has won me over as a Michigan fan, as a fan of the Michigan Wolverines. First, it said the first time I noticed the sign, it just said Ohio State has not beaten Michigan in like 1,015 days, right? Then the sign that I saw last night at the WWE pay-per-view event, it said, "I don't care about a natty. Ohio State still hasn't beaten Michigan. Still been 1,000 something days since Ohio
It's like
State
one of
has beat
those, like,
Michigan."
there's been zero accidents in 435 days on this job site.
Oh man, it had me on the floor, because I was just like, dude changed up his sign. He was like, "I don't care about your national championship. You still
Yeah.
ain't beat us." Oh man,
I'm just happy that it wasn't even an SEC team to be
yeah,
seen in that
yeah,
championship.
100%. Like, yeah, we're done with the days of Bama and Georgia and them running and ruling the college championship.
God, thank you to the NIL and the transfer portal for
Yep.
something.
Hey, I got to see. I'm happy because the playoff last year got me to be able to see my boys Michigan actually win a title. I think it's only the second national title that they've won in my lifetime, I believe. Or they came close at least a couple of times of winning natties and failed. But last year I got to see them win one, so that was a big plus for me. Yes. I know you've heard me on this show say that I'm a Cal fan, but Michigan's my other college team. I still love the Bears, but they ain't winning a national championship in football or basketball anytime soon. So I gotta root for other teams. Like, sorry. I don't have another basketball team.
I'm
I'll
a
ride die with
USC fan, but there's still part of me that's a Cal fan at heart.
yeah,
I mean, and we're not even in the same
conference
conference
anymore. Yeah,
anymore, so that's allowed.
that yes, we'll allow that. That works. Oh man, but yeah. So I'll say it like this. I think that I like the 12-team format. They'll probably go with it for a couple of more years before they expand again. But there was talk that they may expand again next year. I think it's too soon. Let it ride out. Let's get some excitement out of this 12-team lineup, and then yes, for sure, at some point we need to expand it. I would say if you wait a couple of years and then double it to 24, and you'll be right in that sweet spot. I think for college football, 24 should be good enough. I don't think we need to go to like 50 something, 60 something, or have like over half the teams in the like. No offense, I love March Madness. March Madness is amazing for basketball. I don't think it would be the same with football if like 60 something schools got in and like every bowl game was a playoff game. Like, nah, keep it 12 to 24. Make it only the elite teams. 24 should be, once you get to 24, you pretty much got all the elite teams and some teams that aren't necessarily elite in that bunch, and you'll get some good games in the playoffs. Like Tennessee, what was it? Did Texas beat Tennessee, or was it Tennessee beating Texas? It was Texas beating Tennessee, wasn't it? Yeah. I believe so. So, and then so that will close us out for the first portion of the show. We will be right back after a quick commercial break, about 3 to 5 minutes, and we're going to be talking some NFL offseason news, getting OMalley's thoughts on Mr. Saleh heading back to the 49ers to be their defensive coordinator, and Jerry Jones forgetting to take his meds and hiring Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. So we'll see.
He just really doesn't want to win, does he?
No. Winning is not a part of his program. All right.
Clearly, it's not.
You're watching The Classroom right here on First GenXers Twitch. We'll be back, and YouTube, Double KK Double Network. We'll see y'all in just a moment.
You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera, switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that Bama.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats, won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers, what's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone, I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first Gen. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
Of service here and there just for the score to come in, and at one point it's like 55. I'm like, what in the fuck? But there was some really bad calls. That wasn't everything, but like the call against Lattimore should have been a call against AJ Brown as well. With that started it. The hand in the face mask, he yanked his damn helmet off. How is that not? He got fined for it.
Yeah.
Which means referees, you missed the call.
You missed the call, yeah. If there's a fine, there's some kind of action against him, then that means, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, no, like, yeah, like I feel we'll get to Washington in them in just a second.
And I mean, he was disappointed in the game, but at the beginning of the season and even partially through the season, like, they got way farther than he expected them to.
My God.
Like, he expected somewhat into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But where they got, and they can't be disappointed by that. Like, where they came from to reach that in 1 year is pretty amazing. And that kid is going to do some amazing things.
Jalen Daniels was everything that they said Jaden Daniels was everything that they said Caleb Williams was supposed to be.
Watch Caleb next year, though.
I'm not saying he won't be. I'm just saying, like, yeah,
I know.
He did with the Commanders what everybody thought that Caleb was going to do with the Bears this year, and I was just utterly impressed with that. Like,
And my dude is a USC fan just like I am,
yeah,
except for he's a UCLA fan for basketball, so then I don't talk to him during basketball season. He's from Southern California, and apparently that is a common thing down there, is to
really,
like USC for football and UCLA for basketball. I said, I'm alumni, I don't get it like that.
that's
Um,
that's being like a Yankees and a Patriots fan. You just like
yeah,
teams that you
it's
think are gonna
weird.
win.
It's weird to me. But that's how it is.
Yeah,
Anyways, I try to ignore it. Um, but so he has said, like, he really wanted Caleb to begin with. Well,
yeah.
being a USC fan, yeah. And Caleb is from DC.
Okay, didn't know that. All right.
And my dude also grew up between San Bernardino and DC, which is why he's also a
Yeah,
DC fan.
for sure.
Also, besides the fact that his dad and his sister were Dallas fans. Um, but
Woo!
but he has said, all along through the season that he's glad that they got the quarterback that they did, and nothing against
Huh.
Caleb, but Jaden came into just kind of like Bo Nix too,
Yep.
because of their how many games that they played. Like,
Their
he
college
came in
experience.
a veteran. He didn't come in a rookie.
It's kind of like Brock
And
Purdy for the
and
49ers,
he
yeah.
was in the and he was in the SEC, which
Right.
means that he's played against
Some of the
NFL
best.
caliber defenses.
Right. The best of the best, so to speak.
And he's also from San Bernardino. So,
Yeah, you
you
kind of
gotta
gotta.
love a hometown kid.
Yeah. Well, see, it's
And
again.
that kid never seems phased at all. No
Nope.
matter what happens, he always looks like he's having fun.
I think if the if the Vikings, actually, I think whether they bring back Darnold or not, I think the Vikings, the Bears, the Packers are all young enough that we're going to see this flare up in the NFC South again, where it's going to be one or two teams every year from the NFC South making the playoffs. Like, there's some good squads there, and they're all young. And I think that it was the OC from Detroit that went to Chicago, and Detroit. Even though they're showing this year, don't get me started on them. But in general, no, I get what you're saying about Caleb. Like, I think that the kid's gonna be great, but I just think that Jaden Daniels went to the right situation
Yeah,
this year.
absolutely.
And that's where it's like, wow, dude, like I said, I saw them making the playoffs, the kid, after the first couple of weeks, but I didn't see them making it to the conference championship. And Philly, man, bro, yeah. Sorry. So we were supposed to talk. We'll get to some more playoff talk here in just a little bit. Some other hot topics out of the NFL have been the hirings of several coaches. Let's see. We got Robert Saleh, who, after interviewing with multiple different teams, including the Dallas Cowboys, ended up coming back to the San Francisco 49ers as their DC, which I think is huge for the 49ers. As long as they come back healthy next year, I think they should be up there with Detroit and Philly and all them boys, and competing with 10, 11 wins or so, and back in the playoffs. This season was a down year, but they're still a good team. Robert Saleh brings that out of that defense. I think that the signing of Saleh could lead to the signing of Dre Greenlaw, re-signing of Dre Greenlaw, which would give Saleh a similar defense to what he had when he was there, except he would now have Leonard Floyd on the opposite end of Nick Bosa for one more year. They do have to go out and either sign a free agent corner, or they need to get a stud in the draft somewhere. I think they're going O tackle with that first pick, but the bringing back a Saleh could be huge for them. What are your thoughts?
Um, I mean, they're who else? They were looking at someone else.
Not Aaron Glenn, former linebacker Jeff Ulbrich.
No, there was someone else that I don't remember who it was, but they were looking at for a coordinator position. Oh no, it was somebody had said something about Pete Carroll
Uh-huh.
as a defensive coordinator, and I'm like, that man will never be a coordinator again in his entire life. He will go back and be a head coach at USC again. before he's ever a coordinator for
Now
a
he's
team
back
again.
coaching against Harbaugh.
Right. But I also say within 3 years he's going to be back at USC as the head
You
coach,
think
or he's
so?
going to be completely retired.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Um, I do. I think. I mean, I'm
Who
not a
would have
Niner
thought 10
fan.
years ago we'd see Pete Carroll coaching for the Raiders and Bill Belichick coaching in college for North Carolina of all places? Anyway, go on.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, we're living in the twilight zone at this point.
True,
So, I
true.
mean, but I mean, I think it's a good pickup,
Yeah,
especially after everything that Robert Saleh just went through at the Jets.
yeah,
I think it's a good place for him to be, and the Niners needed to do something about the defense
yeah. They needed some. Shanahan needs somebody that can take over the defense, and he
because
doesn't have
he's
to
an
worry about it.
offense-minded coach.
Right, right.
I honestly prefer a defense-minded head coach with a really good offensive
Coordinator,
coordinator.
yeah.
But, a strong offensive head coach with a really good defensive coordinator, then fine. Um, I'm not a Niner fan, so it really doesn't matter to
Yeah.
me.
well,
But
they started out with two strong candidates in Sala and then D'Amico Ryans. And then
mhm,
these last 2 years with Wilkes and Sorensen, the defense played well because there's just a lot of talent on that defense as far as boots on the ground. But the defense was never the same after D'Amico Ryans left. And so bringing back Salah, they're hoping to bring back that similar type of intensity to the defense, and maybe he can. Like I said, I think it all depends on who they sign at corner or who they bring in the draft. Because I know, like I said, first round pick they're probably going offensive line because they need a left tackle they need a tackle that can replace Trent Williams and somebody that can play that right side for the next couple of years while before Trent retires. So they're probably going tackle. But in general, yeah, like Robert Sala adds to that staff. Shanahan does not have to worry about the defense. Word has it that they were bringing in D'Angelo Hall as a cornerbacks coach. So yeah, so hey, the team could get better next year. We'll see. All right,
somebody at one point said D'Amico Ryans looks like Ocho Cinco, and I can't unsee it.
he does. He looks like a thicker Ocho Cinco.
Hmm.
But so if anybody follows a creator by the name of Benchwarmer Brand on like he's on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, but he does these great videos. But he did two of them recently about Jerry Jones hiring Brian Schottenheimer. The first one was Jerry Jones asking for like all these random people to be interviewed for coaching. He's like, no, he's not in the NFL. Jerry, he's like, can somebody get Jerry his meds? And Jerry goes, you keep that. And he's sitting there, and Jerry goes, you keep that devil candy away from me. It makes the goblin stop talking. And I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. And then
Wow.
he's like, so who we gonna hire, Jerry? He's like Brian Schottenheimer. He's like, really, really? Why didn't we just keep McCarthy? And he's like. Jerry Jones goes, is he still available? Oh my God. Yes, man, it's one of the funniest bits ever. Like, go check the dude out. He's fucking hilarious.
I mean, when are they going to 5150 that man? Because
But
clearly he is crazy.
he definitely don't need to be making
I
decisions.
mean, he's at the age we could be blaming this on dementia, right?
That close, that close. I
But
say,
what is it like? He has an aversion to winning.
like he doesn't look. Look. Okay, I'm gonna say this with all love for Brian Schottenheimer because he has the legacy. He has the legacy thing of his father Marty. I believe Marty was a Super Bowl champ as well as a coordinator.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
so he does have the legacy, but again, in the line from the thing, you should have just kept McCarthy if you were gonna promote. Like Schottenheimer would have stayed there as the OC. Like you should have just kept McCarthy. Hey, what's up, Nairo Peters? Thanks for joining us here tonight
You
on
know,
YouTube.
uh, Jerry Jones in his old years is like Al Davis in his old years 2.0, like
Yeah.
making very questionable football decisions, folks.
Except Al didn't
Like
talk to the media as much as Jerry does, and yeah,
that part. That
yeah. Yeah, man. I can't help but all I can do is laugh. To be honest with you, all I can do is laugh. Why? Because it's like you said, it's like the man's allergic to winning.
It
It's
also leads me to believe that there's no one around him that has the balls to be like, that's not a good
yeah,
idea.
yeah,
He's got a lot of co-signers around him, clearly,
and
because and no friends. Because
yes,
if he had friends,
they wouldn't
friends
let him.
keep people from making these questionable type of decisions.
Yes, yes. Well, I
And
say,
like I said, my sister-in-law is a Dallas fan.
oh my goodness. Like here's the thing. Here's the thing with with the Cowboys. Is it's like with Washington going to the conference championship this year by a large margin at 31 years, the Dallas Cowboys now have the longest active streak of years without at least reaching a conference championship. The 49ers have been to 4, lost 2 and won 2
Mhm.
in the last 8 years.
Hey, they've even got a better record than LeBron, so they're at least at 500.
Oh, no, but they're more like LeBron when we get to the Super Bowl. Anyway,
Okay, well, I was trying to be kind here, right? But
hey, the self shots hurt less, okay? The self shots hurt
I
less.
get it. It's because I'm taking the oomph away from you for doing it. It's
Uh,
like Eminem and 8 Mile.
yeah,
I'm gonna say everything that you've possibly got against me before you can say it, so you can't use it against me. I know
hey,
how it works.
there you go, there you go. All right, but yeah, but no, it's just the delusion of the Dallas Cowboys has to come to an end at some point, and I think it happens when Stephen Jones is brave enough to step up to his dad and just be like, no, dude, just you need to stop. Like your day is
Dad,
over. It's done.
Dad, we're gonna put you in a home,
Oh man, I
and
tell
we're
you,
just gonna play old, like 1990s, early 1990s football for you on repeat. So
the Leon Lett Thanksgiving game. We'll just play it on repeat, bro. Didn't they still win that game? I believe they did. But anyway, but we'll move on to yeah. It was just the last available slot out there right now for head coaches is the New Orleans Saints, and according to
The New Orleans Aints.
yeah, and according to most sources, Eagles OC Kellen Moore is the lead candidate. There was McCarthy at one point, but McCarthy has dropped out of this round of coaching hires and said he will focus on the 2026 hiring thing. You know, it'd be hilarious is if
I would need some time off after having to deal with Jerry Jones myself.
for 4 years, yep. Because to be honest with you, McCarthy's record didn't denote him being let go or him being allowed to be allowed to walk out the door. But I also understand the like you can do as good as you want to do in the regular season. If you keep getting bounced in the playoffs, something's got to change. You
Yeah,
know,
but if you keep rehiring Dak Prescott and expecting anything different to happen, I mean, like
when you
it's like
keep
the
handing me
definition of
lard when I'm
insanity
asking you for
going on
butter,
in Dallas. Like
or no,
lather, rinse, repeat. Like
when I keep asking you for filet mignon and you keep handing me ground chuck, like bro, like
I mean, the only one who made a worse decision was Cleveland.
yeah, yeah, with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
Who him and who
because
him and Justin
all
Tucker
of
seem
that
to be best friends right now.
guaranteed money.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh my God. That trade and all that money that they like considering what Deshaun Watson has played a total of 18 games like
Well,
for the Cleveland Browns.
but also, what really got me is that you gave him all of that guaranteed money after he was coming off of what he was coming off of.
Yeah, with the Texans. Yeah.
Like, with still stuff hanging over him.
Yeah.
How do you justify that?
You don't. You just accept the backlash and move forward.
And on top of it, for a quarterback who refuses to run.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Deshaun, like no offense to the man, but yeah, I
Oh,
think Cleveland
total
would have been.
offense, Deshaun. I mean all the offense in the world. Please take all of the offense. Write me hate mail. I don't care. I mean all of the offense in the world. You weren't worth it even before all the bullshit happened.
Yeah,
You
true.
definitely weren't worth it afterwards.
I want to say you had like 2 good seasons in Houston, and that was about it. Like, that was yeah. But, all right, so now let's get to these NFL playoffs. We got a Super Bowl that's going to consist of.
Another rematch.
Look, I'm going to say this right now. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, y'all need to get your shit together because one of y'all needs to knock off Patrick Mahomes. One of y'all before he gets to another Super. One of y'all The boy has been in the AFC Championship game every single year of his career. Every single year. He's went to what, 5 Super Bowls in his career?
Something like that.
This is his 5th one. If he wins this one, he'll be 4-1 in the Super Bowl.
I think so.
With his only loss coming to the guy that they consider the GOAT. Yeah, it's on y'all. It's on y'all. Lamar, Joe Burrow, friggin' Josh Allen. It's on y'all. It's on y'all heads. That blood is on y'all hands. Y'all need to stop this man. Because him, Andy Reid, Spagnuolo, all of them, robbing y'all of opportunities. Because here we sit again for the second time in 4 years. What's funny is wait a minute. It has been Niners, Philly, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Over the past 4 years.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. I was like, oh, it'd be funny if the Niners made it again next year and then it'd be Niners or Philly Niners, Philly Niners. No, it's already been Niners, Philly, Niners, Philly. And if the Niners do make it back next year, that would even be more hilarious. but Kansas City, everything in my bones says Kansas City should lose this because Philly is in dangerous and Kansas City has not been Kansas City this year. Like they've kind of gotten by the skin of their teeth in even every round that they played in the playoffs. You know, so Kansas City ain't been Kansas City and Saquon is a f***ing monster. Like that boy has put Philly on his back.
I really wanted to see the Eagles versus the Ravens because I would have loved to see a freaking Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry
Oh,
just
yeah. That would have been beautiful.
Go at
beautiful.
it. Because both of them had years that everybody had basically said were behind them.
Yeah. And they were both, yeah.
But Saquon Barkley, he finally got paid, so now he can play how he wants to play.
It's not just that. That offensive line in Philly has been good for a very long time. Even without Jason Kelce, they still have one of the better offensive lines in all of football. So Saquon finally got him an offensive line that actually knew how to block. No offense to the guys that played O-line in New York, but I don't know what game y'all was playing, but it wasn't football because y'all was not blocking for that boy, and he was still doing amazing things. So now he's with an offense that can run. And the thing about it is that everybody was talking about Jalen Hurts, and they're like, oh, well, Kansas City will just smother Saquon and force Jalen to throw. People, understand me? Okay, good. Warriors are no longer going after Jimmy Butler. Just came in over ESPN. Woo,
Oh, thank God.
But, you know.
Somebody's got some sense somewhere.
You know, but, like, they're just going to smother him. The funny thing about it is, guys, don't forget Jalen Hurts can throw the ball. And he has 2 damn good targets in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith out there to catch it. And Dallas Goedert, don't get it twisted. If Philly needs to throw to win that game, they can. I'm not saying that it's a lock that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. But I think if there's any team that can put an end to this, it's that team that's about to get on the field with Kansas City right now. And part of it has to do with the fact that Kansas City ain't looked like Kansas City all year. I'm going to be honest with you. If not for a bad last drive, the Niners should have beat them last year. That if the defense just holds on multiple times during that drive, it's over for them last year. They don't even win 2 straight, but they won it. They beat them. It is what it is. Now it's up to you, Philly.
For Kansas City to win this game, their defense is gonna have to stop Philly's run game, and
Yeah.
I don't know that they've got that in them.
Yeah, they got some dogs out there, but I don't know.
I'm not saying that they don't, but Philly's run game.
Yeah, it's just Buffalo should have beaten Kansas City last
I mean,
week.
you've got a
Sure.
running back who's like a linebacker.
Yeah.
Like,
Saquon. And that's the thing about it. Is not only is Saquon like a linebacker, Saquon has speed that's just like once he's out in the open field and them feet are tapping, you ain't catching him. Like unless you got the angle or you're already ahead of him and you're closing in on him from the side, you're not catching him. If you're already behind him, say wave goodbye.
that man is not human.
He's not. He's not. It's just like Derrick Henry. Once he gets out in that open and he starts and he gets to going, it ain't no catching him. Why even try? Only reason you
Freaking
try.
Derrick Henry looked like Ray Lewis is a freaking running back out there. Like, shit. In fact, I believe he's actually bigger than Ray Lewis.
Yeah, I do believe
That's
he is.
like just mind-blowing insanity because you're used to them being short, stocky, stout little motherfuckers. And these are gigantic men who move like Usain Bolt.
Yep. Strides. It's like the first time my homeboy ever taught me when we were playing. We were running a quick short 10 meter or whatever, and he was like, dude, why do you do that to yourself? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, your legs are like fucking gazelle legs as tall as you are. He's like, use your whole stride, bro. He's like, you're short stepping yourself, trying to talk, thinking you speeding up. He's like, use your whole stride. Derrick Henry is a dude that uses his whole stride with every single step. At a certain point, it looks like that fool is floating. Like he is just, whoo, 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 and gone. And same thing with Saquon. Saquon's just a little bit more compact. You know, and just and both of them, it's like hitting a bowling ball.
Even for Saquon, 6 foot, 234 pounds as a running back, who has speed like no other. Because usually at that size, you don't have that kind of speed.
When you have that, when you have that hefty frame, you normally don't, But these guys, both of them do. But you know, it does remind me though of the new age linebacker. Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Fred Warner, Patrick Willis. These guys had speed. These guys
even
could
Mac.
go. Yeah.
Even Khalil Mack.
Yep. Like and so it's just the new age linebacker. These guys or these new age running backs that I can guarantee you, if you look throughout Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley's history, you'll see that at some point they played both ways for their high school, and they played either D-line or they played linebacker. Because that just their build would denote that. Like I'm just gonna try you out here, kid. But in general, I can't wait to see the battle go down. You will have Saquon Barkley and then the combo of Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt with Kansas City. You will have Hollywood Brown and Worthy on one side of the field. DeAndre Hopkins should be a dangerous trio. On the opposite side, you got A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith. Like I said, either this is going to be one of the highest scoring Super Bowls of all time, or this is going to be a blowout one way or the other.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
Who do you think Jason Kelsey's going to be cheering for?
That's a tough one. I think he's Philly till he dies. So I think
I agree. Sorry, bro.
Yep. I think it'll definitely be sorry, bro. Like I'm rooting against you. I'm rooting against you.
Oh, and boy, they did struggle under center center this season, especially in the last couple games.
Yeah. True.
So
true. We'll see how it plays out, man. Like the Super Bowl is next Sunday. We might go on a little late if the Super Bowl runs a little late. Go on after the Super Bowl is over.
Okay.
So, but it should be a great game. Philly and KC. I don't know who y'all got out there, but I know I want Philly to win, but I have a hard
I
time
want
betting against Kansas
I
City.
want Philly to win, and my dude would tell you that he swears I'm still an undercover Raider fan, that I just can't admit it to myself. And he said that's just that part of me talking.
Yeah,
But it's not. I also just want to see Philly win.
yeah,
And although I do like Patrick Mahomes,
yeah.
I have nothing against him. I'm okay. I'm still just not a Kansas City fan. I may have stopped being a Raider fan, but that does not then make me a Kansas City
City
fan.
fan,
It
exactly.
didn't make then me a Niner fan.
Yep.
Like
It's
now
I
now the Raiders are just in the same category as those teams.
I'll say it like this: as a Niner fan all my life, I wish they would blow up the Super Bowl. But anyway, no, I don't mean that. FAA don't come looking
Now
for me.
you're
Don't
on
come
like
to my
5
house.
different watch
Yeah,
lists.
no, I'm not trying to blow up the Super Bowl. No, to be honest with you, I don't want. I love Patrick Mahomes. I'm all about seeing history.
Mhm.
I don't want him to win because the narrative that will be out there if he wins it, that somehow the Brady Mahomes debate now all of a sudden becomes the Jordan LeBron debate. You know what I'm saying? Which matters more? The guy that played longer, but Brady had 7 championships, but that played longer and went to 10 finals, or the guy that over a short period of time went to a bunch of conference finals and won a bunch of Super Bowls? I don't know. Like, and then it'll be three-peat, he three-peated. That's what puts him over Brady. And I'm like, dude, like, trust me, dude ain't done enough yet to be over Brady. He's definitely, don't get me wrong. I said it in an earlier episode of The Classroom. It definitely puts him like, it's him, Brady, it's Brady, him, and then there's a gap. And then there's like, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, like, and I'm a 49ers fan, Joe and the rest of them. Like, it's those
Right.
two by themselves if he wins a third one. But I don't think he's surpassed Brady with a third one. I think there's still more work to do.
And to be quite honest, and this is coming from somebody who hates the Niners,
Yeah.
right? I still feel like Montana is the GOAT over Brady,
Okay.
because Montana played football during a very different time
Yeah.
to play football and accomplished what he did in that time.
In that time, yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, but Brady, all of his shit is tainted. Okay? He was helped out along the way.
I
Very
don't know.
much so.
Yeah. I will say this. I plead the fifth
There's
because I
like
know
4
nothing.
of his Super Bowls that shouldn't even count in his record.
I don't know. Like I said, like I can't defend it. I can't. But for me, 7 Super Bowls is 7 Super Bowls.
Do you know what the worst part of watching Sunday's game was? Not them losing, but having to listen to Tom Brady for the whole fucking game.
I heard he's doing a pretty good job.
According to who? He's garbage. Gronk is doing fabulous. Love him. Although, have you ever noticed they actually sound very similar?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to tell
Yeah.
who's talking. You have to listen to the content of what they're saying to tell who's talking. Their voice sounds similar.
Their cadence
It's a
is
similar
yeah.
cadence.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it makes sense. They weren't just teammates; they're friends.
Yeah. Best friends. Like, and
An unlikely duo at that.
here's the problem.
But
for
who
me.
can't like Gronk? I don't care
Yes.
if he played for New England.
Yeah.
Who
Gronk was
cannot
that
like
guy.
Gronk?
Well,
Yes.
say, but here's my thing. What broke me about Tom Brady, right, is at first I hated Tom Brady, right? I was like, I don't care that you played for Michigan. I don't care that you were a Michigan dude. I fucking hate you. This whole Patriot shit, blah, 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 blah. Then I found out that he was a Bay Area boy.
You didn't know that? He
No, I
went to the
didn't.
same high school that Barry Bonds went to.
Did he?
So yes, that high school is known for producing cheaters, folks.
Damn. She went there, y'all.
I did. I absolutely did. I have no shame. Go ahead, at me. I said what I said. History's
but
kind of on my side. But yeah, he went to Sarah High School, which is the all boys school, to Mercy High School in Burlingame, which is where my mom went to high school.
Oh, wow.
So I was aware of that. I don't give a fuck that he was a Bay Area kid. I don't care.
That was a turning point,
Which
for
is
you,
unusual for me.
Yeah.
Because he's a San Mateo kid, okay?
Yeah.
He's not an Oakland kid.
You're
He's
right.
a very white affluent Bay Area kid, which to me isn't Bay Area. Like you're from
He's
the
not
burbs,
hood.
Dude.
He's definitely
No,
not
he's
hood.
not hood. He's not Marshawn Lynch. He's not Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
He's not a bunch of other people. No.
Jason
Sorry,
Kidd,
he's
I
not
believe.
what I think of when I think of he's a hometown Bay Area kid.
No. But they do exist though. Like them type of boys do exist at schools like De La Salle and stuff like that. Them kind of boys do exist.
Okay, the De La Salle boys who are actually from Richmond, maybe, not the ones who are from Walnut Creek, Brentwood.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
freaking-
saying. Is like the Tom Brady types do exist in the Bay Area. It's just they're not really prominent in the Bay. The Bay is more known.
They're
for your
imported from their towns to the high schools, right? I mean, Tom Brady is as much from the Bay Area as I consider Pete Carroll from the Bay Area, and he's from Marin.
Damn.
Okay,
Marin's in the Bay Area.
I get it, but like we're not talking about Marin City or the Marin City projects where Tupac lived.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about the Marin where Gavin Newsom is from, in the same school that Gavin Newsom went to. So
yeah.
white, rich, preppy, not the hyphy era, folks. Nobody's going dumb. No one's getting stupid. Like,
All right.
no,
so
they're Blackhawk Bay Area.
they're Blackhawk.
They're Lafayette
Yeah, okay.
Bay
I feel
Area.
what you're saying,
They're
yeah.
Moraga Bay Area.
They're
They're
bougie Bay Area.
Burlingame Bay Area.
Yeah.
They're
Upper
the
Oakland Hills.
gentrified Bay Area. They're the non-DEI Bay Area. Since, that's the topic of everybody
yeah.
nowadays.
Oh, man. All right. So that, folks, will close us out. This
Or
has
maybe
been
that actually is DEI as far as the Bay Area is concerned, right? The opposite? 'Cause
Yes. Because they were shipped in. They took our jobs. No. Anyway.
I'm so out of pocket right now.
But we are having fun. What can we say? What can we say? All right, so guys, go Philly in the Super Bowl. Fuck KC, like no.
Go Philly. Go Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
Fuck LeBron.
Yes.
Like,
I think that Anthony Davis with a chip on his shoulder is going to be dangerous in Dallas, and I think that Kyrie and Anthony Davis are going to make a solid combination.
and my dude, the huge old head Lakers fan is like, I want to see Davis and Kyrie win a championship, and basically is a big fuck you.
Because think about it like
but
this.
Rob
Go ahead.
Pelinka needs to be fired. Jeannie Buss needs to be voted out in a vote of no confidence. Like, he's turning over in his grave.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. They could have used an Anthony Davis over Luka Doncic last year in the finals against Boston. I think he matches up with Kristaps Porzingis extremely well. Yep, and that's a completely different series last year. I think that they helped that him, Lively, and Gafford solved the Jokic problem. That now they got three big bodies to throw at Jokic. It's all good. It's all good. The Lakers think they got the better of that deal. And you know what? Luka turns the shit around, which I doubt he will. They might, but right now, nah. In the meantime, now, nah.
But what we're talking about with Luka, especially with the conditioning, that's a character flaw.
Right. That's about who
Those
he is.
don't
That's
change.
not about his type of basketball player that he is.
No, that doesn't change. That's a character flaw.
Yep. So we'll close it out on that. And I'm going to ask of my co-host what I always ask of her to end the show. So you got to give it to America just one more time.
Fuck LeBron. Go Dallas.
There you
Not
go.
the Cowboys, because Jerry Jones needs to be committed somewhere. In an old
Somebody
folks'
get
home.
Jerry his meds.
Yeah. Nurse.
Oh my God, I'm telling you, Benchwarmer Brian, go check out the clip. He's straight
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, man, it's just funny. But we'll see y'all next week. Y'all can catch me tomorrow night playing some college football 25 and Madden 25. My 49ers on the Xbox are actually going to the playoffs, so maybe we'll win a Super Bowl tomorrow night. I can go long. All right, y'all. So other than that, take care. Be out. And we will see you guys on the flip side, whether you catch us on Twitch or YouTube. We thank you for tapping in. Nyril Peters, thanks for tapping in and saying hello. And we'll see you guys next week on the classroom. Peace.